They say that repetition is the mother of all skill, so I'm going to be repeating what I believe will help you or somebody you know start to make changes in your life. So if you take out your phone and you go to record an event, maybe you're at a party, maybe you're with friends and family, maybe you're at the beach, whatever it is, your phone will record, using your video recorder, what you see and what you hear. Okay, what you put your focus on. That's what will happen. Now, we're more advanced than that as people. Whenever we record something, a good experience, we will see and hear things. We will also feel things emotionally and physically. And then we will also taste and smell something if that's appropriate. So let's put that into context. You're at the beach, you're walking along the sand, you feel the sand on your feet. Maybe it's warm, maybe you're away on holiday and it's a nice sandy beach. Maybe you're walking into the water, walking along the water's edge, whatever it might be, so you feel that. There might be a taste in the smell. You might be, I don't know, eating an ice cream, one of your favourite ice creams or ice lollies. So you're going to taste that smell. You're going to smell the salt air. Okay, so you see the beautiful expanse of the water and the sandy beach. You hear other people on the beach, maybe your footsteps, maybe who you're with, maybe the seagulls, maybe the gentle breeze, the waves, whatever it is. So you see and hear. Then you also feel physically and emotionally the sand underneath your feet. It makes you feel so good. It makes you feel relaxed. It makes you feel alive, whatever it is, energized. And then you've got the taste and the smell as well. You bring all of that together. You bring all of that together, all of those components, what you see, what you hear, what you feel, what you taste, what you smell, and it means something to you. And if it's a really good experience, you'll want to share it with people. So your phone, you'll share and say, come over here and take a look at this video I created. Or you'll share it on social media because it makes you feel good and you want to maybe make other people feel good. Turn that around. Okay, so we're applying this to the reasons people would come to me for sessions or other practitioners, or in general thinking to themselves, what can I do? Well, I've already explained to you, and it doesn't matter what person on this planet, what language they speak, what colour their skin is, what part of the world they live in, that formula that I've given you is exactly how they remember good experiences. Now, it doesn't matter where in the world you are, you can use exactly the same formula to make yourself feel miserable. How do I know that? Well, think about it. Now, don't pick anything too big. Just pick something that's maybe been a bit unsettling. Maybe it's something that you got a flat tire, your car wouldn't start, something small, low key. And think about that time. Chances are you're going to picture something in your mind, looking out at the flat tire in the car thinking, I'm going to be late for work. That's going to make you feel a certain way, angry, frustrated, upset. Okay? You're going to feel that in your body as well. You might feel it in your chest or your stomach or your shoulders or your head. And then you're going to maybe hear yourself say to yourself, what am I going to do? What actually can I do now? You might talk out loud or into your mind. There may not be a taste and smell involved. There may not be. But ultimately, you've used those same placeholders, what you see, what you hear, what you feel, maybe what you taste, what you smell, and it all comes together to mean something. It means I'm going to be late for work, or it means I'm going to be late to pick my kids up from school, or I'm going to be late for whatever that might mean for you. So that's the same formula that you use to make yourself feel happy, that you've used to make yourself feel not so good. Now, what's this all about? That would be okay if it was just something that was fleeting and it disappeared. But when we store something and we've had not a good experience, our mind and body will get together and say, we don't want to ever experience that again. That was not a good feeling. I didn't like the thoughts that came to mind. I didn't like the way I felt emotionally and physically. I didn't like what I saw. I didn't like what I heard. Even what I don't like, or didn't like what I tasted or smelled, whatever was appropriate. So it comes together with the mind and body. They combine and they say, let's not have this again. So your event's over. Let's fast forward 6 months. And you see something on social media, or you see something on television, or you're in a conversation with somebody, or you read it in a magazine, whatever it might be, or it pops up on your phone, and you get triggered, and you're taken right back to the time when, using this analogy, your tire was flat, you were late for work, you went into work late, and your boss gave off, and it just wasn't a good experience. So you get triggered from the past. Now I'm keeping this very gentle here, but you know as well as I do, and particularly if you're people who follow what I offer, is that the chances are you've had bigger experiences than that. So when you get triggered, there's a part of your brain decides we don't want this anymore, and it floods your body with cortisol and adrenaline to get you to move, to get you to fight, flight, to freeze, to numb out, or to people please. I'll talk about those more in other videos, but in other words, it's an old inbuilt system within your brain that takes us right back to the beginning of man and womankind. We are hardwired to keep ourselves safe. So if we find anything in our environment that does not make us feel safe, we will get triggered. Okay, now if you're thinking to yourself, Nigel, I can't remember memories of getting of things that have happened in the past, or I choose not to remember, those are good reasons not to want to come to me, because you think, I don't want to go through all this again. But the bottom line is, what you get to keep and hold on to, what you choose to keep and hold on to, you get to use against yourself and the world. You get to hurt yourself over again and the world. Why on earth would you want to hold on to something that makes you feel awful? You get flashbacks, you get panic attacks. You've had traumatic events. But the one reason that would make you not want to make any changes is because it's too painful to look at. But that's where I come in, and people like me come in. We and I have techniques and tools that will be so gentle. The changes are so subtle, but you can remove the trauma, the hurt, the pain, the grief, the overwhelm, whatever it is that's bothering you. You can let that go, gain the wisdom, and then replace in that hole where you've removed what was hurting you, the pain, the grief, the anger, the upset. We don't just leave this big chasm that's there like a cavity in a tooth. The dentist doesn't drill it out, leave a big hole and say, right, see you in 6 months. If they fill it in with something else. It's the same with what we do. The wisdom of the event not happening now is one component that goes back into that chasm, that void. There are many, many others. We calm our mind down, we calm our bodies down, we tell our mind and body it's not happening anymore. Yes, it was awful what happened, but it's not happening anymore. You don't get triggered the same. You get the learning. If it's grief and loss, of course that person's no longer going to be here, but you get to remember the good times you've had. You get to remember the gifts that they gave you, the memories. They may no longer be here physically, but they're here in your heart. That can never be taken away. But none of that wisdom and awareness is available when you're hurting so bad. So whenever you are able to process the hurt, gain the wisdom to tell your mind and body, it's not happening anymore, it's over. And then you get those resources, we tap into those resources that are already inside of you. And then we move forward. And the mind and body calm down. And you accept that sometimes things in life aren't nice, aren't great, but there are so many good times. So I'm keeping this very, very general, but that's basically what I can do. I can help you remove, process the hurt, gain the wisdom, calm the mind and body down, and then replace the hurt with how you would like to feel, what you would like to picture in your mind, the memories you would like to have of somebody who's maybe no longer here, or an incident that's over, no longer has any pull on you whatsoever. Okay, so you're going to change what you picture in your mind, what you feel in your body emotionally and physically, and you're going to make it mean something else. So, a lot of information, but I think it's important to say to people, and one very, very important point, I remember this when I was out on my walk every morning when I get inspired. Nigel, I don't want to tell you this. It's too embarrassing, or I'm ashamed, or I just don't want you to know. Can you still help me? 100% yes. I do not need to know the story. I do not need to know. I'm not a voyeur. I don't need to sit around for hours and hours and talk about this and pull it all apart. I don't need to re-traumatize you. That's not the purpose of this. Well, the purpose is to help you gently let go of what you don't want and replace it with what you do want. So it's called no content sessions. All of your sessions could be no content. Think about it. I explained there about the beach, being at the beach in the water. If I said to you, I'm going to take myself off in my mind and I'm going to say to you, oh, that felt so good. And I'm thinking about the beach, the sand, walking along the beach, that warm, fluffy sand. But I don't tell you that. I just say, yeah, it feels so good. Or it tastes so good. It might be because I'm eating my favourite food or eating an ice cream or whatever it might be. But I don't tell you I'm doing that. I just say, yeah, it feels so good. Or feel so relaxed and so alive. It's brilliant. But in my mind, I'm thinking about the sun on my back and my skin, just lying there on the beach, sitting on the beach in the sand, whatever it might be. So I am in my mind there on the beach, enjoying all of these experiences, but all I ever share with you is how I feel and where I might feel it in my body or what thoughts I might have. But I don't share with you the content so that I can do that with you. You do not have to tell me the story. So again, another reason to consider coming to me is, Nigel, I have something that's really bothered me all my life. I don't want to talk about it, but I want to get rid of it and clear it and move forward with my life. Again, I can do that. So there are so many ways that people like myself can help people like you make changes. Because I still work on my own stuff. I still ask for help for my own stuff. Why? Because the only person that should be in my head is me. The only person that should be affecting my body is me. The only control I have is on regarding what's already inside me. So, a lot of information. I thought it was worthwhile sharing with you. Check out my website, mindandbodyconfidence.com. And there you'll see all about myself, what I can offer. You can book a free discovery call. We can have a chat to see if we can get on with each other, if we're a good fit. If not, I can refer you to somebody else who might be able to help you in more specific areas. But I'd be very surprised if I couldn't help you. So thank you for watching this video, for taking the time out to learn about myself and what I can offer you. And when you finally make the decision to set yourself free, give me a call.